In recent years, science has crossed a threshold that once seemed confined to the realms of science fiction. The creation of tiny, programmable organisms known as xenobots and anthrobots. These living machines blur the lines between biology and technology, raising hopes for groundbreaking medical applications, but also sparking serious ethical debates and concerns about potential misuse. What are xenobots? Xenobots are a form of synthetic life created in 2020 by a team of scientists at the University of Vermont and Tufts University. They are made by assembling living cells, usually from frog embryos, Xenopus laevis, which gives them their name, into specific configurations. These clusters of cells are designed with the help of artificial intelligence to move in certain ways, repair themselves if damaged, and perform basic tasks. Despite being composed entirely of living tissue, xenobots are not traditional organisms. They cannot reproduce naturally, at least not in their current forms, and do not have the usual organ systems like brains or digestive tracts. Instead, they are biological machines, programmable at the cellular level. What are anthrobots? Anthrobots are a newer development, similar in principle to xenobots, but constructed from human cells rather than frog cells. This makes them potentially more compatible with human medicine. Like xenobots, anthrobots can move, respond to their environment, and carry out programmed tasks. The creation of anthrobots suggests a future where such living constructs could be used inside the human body without triggering immune rejection, opening the door to applications in regenerative medicine, drug delivery, and tissue repair. Potential benefits. The promise of xenobots and anthrobots lies in their unique combination of flexibility, self-repair, and biological compatibility. Medical repair. They could be designed to target cancer cells, clear arterial plaques, or repair damaged tissues. Drug delivery. As programmable carriers, they could deliver medications to precise locations in the body, reducing side effects. Environmental cleanup. Xenobots might one day be used to collect microplastics in oceans or clean up toxic spills. Regenerative medicine. Anthrobots may help researchers better understand how human cells can be guided to regenerate lost or damaged organs. Possible dangers and misuse. While the potential is vast, so are the risks. Some of the most pressing concerns include uncontrolled evolution. Although scientists design xenobots to be short-lived and non-reproductive, any system involving living cells carries the possibility of unexpected mutations or adaptations. If these living machines develop survival advantages, they might persist in ways not intended by their creators. Biological weapons. As with any new biotechnology, xenobots and anthrobots could be misused. Engineered versions might be deployed to spread harmful agents, attack biological systems, or sabotage ecological environments. Ethical questions. The very act of creating life for utilitarian purposes raises profound ethical issues. Are xenobots alive in the same sense as animals? Do they deserve moral consideration? And how far should humans go in shaping new life forms for convenience or profit? Environmental risks. If xenobots or anthrobots were accidentally released into the natural world, they could disrupt ecosystems. Even without reproduction, their interactions with existing organisms could produce unintended consequences. Loss of human oversight. Because AI is often used to design the shapes and behaviours of these organisms, there is the possibility of creating forms we do not fully understand. Delegating too much design responsibility to algorithms could produce outcomes beyond human prediction or control. The balance between innovation and caution. Xenobots and anthrobots present a frontier of science with both promise and peril. They could revolutionize medicine, environmental protection, and our understanding of life itself. But they also demand careful regulation, international cooperation, and ongoing ethical debate. The lessons of past technologies, nuclear energy, genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, show us that every breakthrough carries risks. The question is whether society can balance innovation with responsibility, ensuring that these new living machines are used for healing rather than harm. For now, xenobots and anthrobots remain in the research stage, but their very existence challenges us to think deeply about the future of biotechnology and the role humanity will play in shaping life itself. Biological computers, the promise and peril of wetware technology. The term biological computers, also called wetware computers, refers to computing systems that use living cells and biological modules instead of silicon chips. Rather than relying on traditional transistors or binary code, these computers process information through the natural properties of DNA, proteins, and even entire cells. While this may sound like science fiction, research in this area is advancing rapidly, with the potential to revolutionize medicine, data processing, and biotechnology. Yet, as with any disruptive technology, it carries risks of misuse and unintended consequences. What are biological computers? Biological computers are systems built from organic material, DNA strands, enzymes, or living cells. They can store and process information. Instead of using electrical currents, they rely on chemical reactions and biological processes to carry out computations. For example, DNA computing uses a pairing rules of nucleotides A, T, C, G to solve problems in ways similar to algorithms. Because a single DNA strand can interact with billions of others simultaneously, DNA-based computers can perform massive parallel calculations that would overwhelm even the fastest supercomputers. Wetware computers may also be engineered cells that can sense their environment, process information internally, and respond with specific actions, essentially turning living organisms into programmable devices. Potential uses. The applications of biological computing are wide-ranging and transformative. Medical diagnostics and treatment. Biological computers could be placed inside the human body to detect disease at the molecular level and release drugs only when needed. They might one day act like internal physicians, monitoring health in real time. Data storage. DNA has an extraordinary capacity for storing information. Just 1 gram of DNA can hold around 215 petabytes of data. This means biological systems could store entire libraries, archives, or even the world's digital information in a fraction of the space current technology requires. Environmental monitoring. Engineered cells functioning as wetware computers could detect toxins, pollutants, or radiation in the environment, signaling their presence or even neutralizing them. Artificial intelligence. Because biological systems are inherently parallel, adaptive, and energy efficient, they may provide the foundation for a new kind of AI, one that more closely mimics the human brain than silicone-based models. Dangers and possible misuse. As with any powerful new technology, biological computers come with risks. Some of the most pressing include biohacking and weaponization. Biological computers could be engineered for malicious purposes. For example, they could be programmed to interfere with biological processes in humans, animals, or crops, acting as living bioweapons. Unpredictable behavior. Unlike silicon circuits, biological systems are not always stable or predictable. Mutations, environmental changes, or unintended interactions could cause wetware computers to malfunction, potentially leading to harm if used in medicine or ecology. Privacy and surveillance. If wetware computers were embedded in humans for health monitoring, they could be exploited to collect private biological data without consent. This raises concerns about surveillance and control at the most intimate levels of life. Ethical issues. The idea of using living cells or engineering new ones as computer material raises profound ethical questions. How far should humans go in blurring the boundaries between machine and life? Do engineered organisms deserve moral consideration? Environmental risks. Should biological computers escape controlled environments, they may interact with ecosystems in unforeseen ways, potentially disrupting natural balances. Balancing promise with responsibility. Biological computers or wetware systems offer extraordinary promise. Faster, smaller, more efficient, and more adaptable than anything silicon can provide. But their power also means they must be developed responsibly. Strong regulation, ethical frameworks, and international cooperation will be necessary to prevent misuse. The very notion of computing with life itself challenges us to rethink what technology means. Are we creating tools, partners, or something in between? The future of wetware computing may redefine the relationship between biology and machine, and in doing so, redefine what it means to be human. Do you think it's safe to mess with these things? Let me know your thoughts below. Let's keep the conversation going on this fascinating topic. That's all for now. Until the next time, stay safe. Bye for now.